rollovers.
He's flipped, he's lost it.
Spills.
It could pick up on the oil, run away with itself and blow itself to pieces.
Jackknives.
Police officer on scene has advised it's the lorry on its side.
When a 40-ton truck crashes,
Keep your eye on that traffic, don't get too close to them cones.
it causes chaos on our roads.
Mayhem, absolute mayhem.
And moving these monsters
Move to the left a bit.
takes a special kind of recovery worker.
Nobody wants to be here today, do they? Except me. I love my job.
Driving some of the most super heavyweight trucks in the world.
It's got so much power, it will just cruise along.
But helping to keep Britain's 300,000 strong trucking workforce safe.
We know the dangers of doing the job, but we all still get on and do it. We just try and make it as safe as we possibly can.
It's not a job for the faint-hearted.
You never know what you're going to get when the phone rings. Could be absolutely anything.
These are proper boys' toys.
Beast of a machine. Absolute beast.
Amongst the most sophisticated machines in the UK, battling to keep our roads open.
We'll have to close the road as such.
Yeah.
Against the odds.
No one's going to be easy.
Do what he's doing.
Today,
Right, up again.
a stricken heavy loader
Dingle, pay it out, come down.
gives Adam and his team a lorry load of trouble.
Just hang on a sec.
Is Jim about to face his worst nightmare?
I mean, there's nothing to say that the road hasn't given way underneath, you know.
And when snow unexpectedly hits,
I'll get that stuck. Warming in the shit.
Mark has to think on his feet.
That's not coming down here.
Crouch Recovery is one of the oldest and largest family-run recovery businesses in the country. Attending 30,000 heavy jobs a year, this team of trucking professionals will recover any vehicle, regardless of its size or cargo.
God. Weigh as much as a grown man.
Time pressures are immense. Delays could cost the company thousands and cause massive tailbacks on the UK's roads.
So the traffic started to back up quite quickly.
With hundreds of calls coming into HQ daily, company boss Adam is always on the go.
Yeah, I'll get Rob to speak to you. It might be for you, it might not be for you, but let him have a chat with you.
The control room at certain times of the day can be absolute bedlam.
Can you send that to Marcus, Ben, please? What, excuse me, what have you got for Dingle?
It's not for the faint-hearted, that's for sure.
Everyone's under pressure, but then a monster job comes in.
Hello.
A lorry stacked with bales of recycled cardboard has veered off a roundabout and overturned on the A6. Gaffer Adams just the man to get it back on its wheels. Head honcho Adam took over the day-to-day running of the company from Dad Dave 10 years ago. And for him, trucking is in the blood.
That's really what I feel I was brought up to do, to go out and drive trucks and do that kind of stuff. So it does give me a buzz, and I like the fact it's fast-paced. I think if it was any slower, really, there wouldn't be enough for me to. I'd probably get bored, I suppose.
Running a tight ship at HQ every day, Adam rarely goes out on the roads. But today is an exception.
Hello. Hi, Tony, how are you?
Hello, mate, you all right?
With such a mammoth job on his hands, Adam calls in the cavalry.
What it is, Tony, there's a lorry tipped up on the A6 at Braybrook. You could do with a flat or the low loader.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably get Vince to come up, yeah.
So just A6 Braybrook, just head for the A14 and he should see us.
Adam now needs to get to the scene fast.
We've deployed 3 vehicles at the minute. Police officer on scene has advised it's the lorry on its side, and the problem is we get limited information with a bit of guesswork.
If the recovery isn't complete before rush hour begins in just 2 hours' time, then this difficult task could become almost impossible.
It's 2 o'clock now, and I'm just conscious that initially this will be fine, but after a certain period of time, there'll be questions asked to why is, how long are you going to be, how quick before it's open. And what we'll probably find is, as we arrive now, we'll be looking to get more resources on scene, potentially grab lorries, road sweepers, things like that. So we're going to establish that now.
On approach, Adam needs to quickly assess the situation.
Curtain sider, so we're definitely going to handle the load. The question is, will it be handball, so we physically lift it, or can we get machinery here, like grab lorries and things like that, to assist us? So that will be the first assessment.
It seems the driver lost control as he came over the roundabout. The windscreen is smashed, but he managed to scramble free.
We were aware as we took the call that the driver was okay. Cuts and bruises, things like that.
But to get this beast back on its wheels safely is going to take all the machine might of the Queen of the Fleet. Adam's truck is the Scania R-Series Rotator, a mighty 42 tons of metal, which can pull almost twice its own weight.
My truck is a hobby, a passion, really. I suppose these lot will tell you it's my baby, really. But yeah, it is. If I have to go out, then I go out in my truck. We did some quirky things on it when we had it, some airbrushing. We put my grandfather on it, my dad's on it, which I think is such a fine line that it could have been classed as distasteful, but I think we got it right.
But even with the company's flagship vehicle on the scene, this job isn't going to be easy.
Let's see what it looks like.
The trailer is a curtain sider with a tarpaulin side cover. It's not strong enough to hold the 1-ton cardboard bales in place as the trailer is winched upright. So there's a risk the bales might spill out of the tarpaulin and hit Adam's team or a passing motorist.
The problems we have for the curtain sider is, unless it's a real light load, you've got to either unload it in situ whilst it's on its side or lift the lorry off the load effectively.
With the police on the scene, Adam makes a quick decision.
Can we close this road now? Because we could do a setting up. Okay.
Adam cordons off a lane, but immediately traffic starts to build up at the entrance to the roundabout, and the countdown to rush hour is ticking.
Closing the road is paramount to safety to your staff, but of course that comes with an added pressure. If you've still got an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours possibly left to do with the road closed, then you're going to have a problem.
The pressure's on.
Trig, let's put you in position first, come on.
Adam calls for backup.
Chris, Vince is on his way with a flat trailer for us.
He wants to lift the bales out of the trailer from the top so they can be moved safely away from the road.
It's like bundles are like paper, you know, with a wire around them, so we can lift them with a crane. We've done these before where we can lift them with a crane through the wire bond. We've also got a forklift coming, flat trailers. If we get that top curtain back, if we dare lift these on the wall like we've done them before, Vince is coming with a flat. We put the flat in here and lift it out the top of the curtain.
Let me get out there then and have a look.
Go on then. Just move along, Trig, I'll come up with you.
Adam and colleague Trig climb up to inspect the load more closely. But they're in for a shock.
Go that way, don't they? And they're tied at the top. You know, like when you get that side, you can see how they're tied at the top.
The bales have been bundled and secured in such a way that lifting them out from above is impossible.
Just go that side and we'll make a decision.
The only way to remove the cardboard is through the trailer's roof. But there's a problem.
Is this lamppost causing you issues?
It is a little bit, yeah.
The roof of the trailer is wedged solid against the bottom of the lamppost.
We're going to try and pull the roof away from the load, but of course the lamppost is preventing that.
And it threatens to steer this whole job off course. Coming up, Jim's on a long and winding road to every trucker's nightmare.
Could turn a corner and there could be some random patch of mud on the road that he slid on. We could also slide on it.
The fallen trailer gives Adam a headache.
We've got to get this road reopened. That's as simple as that.
And one rescue is in danger of hitting the skids.
Now you see why I didn't get down there.
In Leicester, it's a busy afternoon at Company HQ. On any given day, these guys juggle jobs across 3 counties, sending out their team of specialist recovery ops 24/7.
Just want your help. You two, just look at this.
8 miles away, Gaffer Adam is out in the firm's flagship rotator.
Anything you can do, Jace, while you're waiting for me.
This 40-ton cab and its trailer has tipped over on leaving a roundabout, causing part of the carriageway to be closed.
We've got to get this road reopened. That's as simple as that.
The job in hand is causing Adam a massive headache. If he lifts the fallen trailer with its 21-ton load of cardboard bales inside, there's a risk they could spill out onto the road, putting his team and other road users at risk of injury.
It's like bundles of like paper, you know, with a wire around them, so we can lift them with a crane.
But Adam's a man with a plan. He wants to remove the roof fully from the trailer and take the cardboard bales out first before they attempt the lift.
Is this lamppost causing you issues?
It is a little bit, yeah.
But there's a problem.
We're going to try and pull the roof away from the load, but of course the lamppost is preventing that.
The roof of the trailer is wedged solid against the bottom of the lamppost. It can't be removed, so Adam's team can't get to the bales.
We're going to get strapped round the arse of it, and then we'll punch a hole in the roof, put a chain round that pulls the roof away from that lamppost, and stand it up, and then we can worry about the load.
Adam has no choice but to try to winch up the trailer with the bales still inside, letting them fall out as the vehicle is lifted.
We're going to lift the lorry off the load, so the load will be left in situ. You have got to worry about, obviously, staff safety, like, is our plan going to work? I've just grabbed that snatch block, Rob, before we lose it, mate. But there's limited options. When a curtain cider goes over, you're really restricted.
You're a perfectionist, aren't you?
Perfectionist, but it's a fine line because we've got to get this road reopened. Rob, it'll be this side, mate. So that'll be this side, and we'll attach that.
With such a tricky rescue, Adam has assembled a crackshot team of 3 experienced colleagues,
Does that help, Stu, what he's doing?
alongside 2 specialist heavy recovery cranes capable of lifting up to 100 tons.
I'm guessing it's obviously going to take 2 cranes to lift the lorry off the load.
It is, and we've got another vehicle coming because we want to just winch the tractor unit because we don't want to twist it. You know, hopefully this vehicle will be repaired. One there, then one up the middle of the trailer around the roof to pull the roof away.
With 1 specialist vehicle still on its way, the team on site need to prep the trailer quickly.
Rob has got a bit of a bad back, so we have to be a bit kind to him, you know.
The road's been closed for just over 20 minutes. Adam needs to get it reopened fast before local traffic becomes gridlocked.
Right, you keep the twist out of that, that'll do for a bit, Rob.
But it's not just about opening the road again. There's another reason why Adam needs to get this job done and dusted.
I'm getting married in the summer. I'm due to meet the vicar at 3 o'clock today. So, my other half, I'm in a bit of trouble with at the minute.
But Adam's big day will have to take a back seat.
So you've got to get a strap around that bloody bulkhead and make sure it's neat.
The only thing he'll be planning today is how to shift 40 tons of metal safely.
Just take the twist out of that, Steve.
Everyone has a key role to play.
Rob, this driver needs to move, please. Can I have a road freezer, please?
And for mechanic Stu Smith, this is a baptism of fire.
A bit new to this.
Stu usually spends his days back at base in the workshop, fixing and maintaining the fleet. But today, Adam has drafted in all areas of expertise.
If you wrap that chain round there now, that'll do, Stu. I want you backed in here, mate. Please, I'll stop the traffic here.
30 minutes later, the 3rd specialist recovery truck arrives.
That'll do.
Recovery op Darren Howlett, known to his mates as Dingle, has arrived with a Mercedes Ertigo tow truck weighing 9.5 tons and capable of lifting 14 tons.
If you get suited and booted, Ding, I'll tell you the plan.
But despite having all the kit he needs for the job, Adam's just discovered another problem.
The problem we've got is them black roof supports. So like here, that's what's done this.
It seems the cardboard bales are being held in by metal bars attached to the roof, which means they won't fall cleanly away during the lift.
We've got metal bars that hold the black roof supports, so we might cut that in a minute.
To cut the bars, he'll need to use an angle grinder, but paper and fire are not a good mix.
Of course, paper, we've got to just do a dynamic risk assessment on that, that's for sure.
And Adam's years of experience are about to be tested to the limit. For any recovery driver, their truck is more than just a hulking hunk of metal.
Beast machine, absolute beast.
Seasoned driver Jim Howard is preparing his beloved vehicle ahead of another busy shift.
In this industry, images, to a degree, everything, so I'd like to see a great big shiny wagon going up the road. Adam's an absolute stickler for them. They've got to look right. You know, you've got to keep them clean, you've got to keep them tidy, you've got to stay on top of the job, you know.
You'll sort of take pride in your vehicles.
Yeah, very much so. I try to. Should keep them clean.
There's nothing that Jim hasn't seen in his 17 years on the job. And he's recovered enough trucks for every day of his life.
Jim's one of them guys, he's definitely got the recovery bug. I could ring him when he was off shift and Jim would be in. You know, he's almost defrosted the windscreen on his car before you've even asked him.
And it seems Jim's got a man crush on his very latest toy.
Not had a lot. Had 4 weeks now. She's turning out to be a fantastic, fantastic tool. She really is. For winching tasks, I'll put her up against some bigger trucks, that's for certain.
Jim's bespoke Volvo FMX Pioneer is kitted out with a twin winch, capable of pulling a vehicle up to 85 tons. And if he needs to lift a load, his boom can shift 33 tons clear off the ground. And taking pride in his new truck's appearance is what makes Jim tick.
Well, I do believe the chrome don't get you home, but it does give you something to polish while you're waiting. They've got to look good. It's all about the image, Jim. It's all about the image.
The chrome on Adam's fleet includes lots of custom-made bling.
A massive amount of beacons on it. Everywhere you go, you stand out.
If you've got a guy that's giving you his all, I think it's important that you put them in what they would like to drive.
Pretty much speaks for itself. It's bright and it's beautiful. I do tend to like bright colours, and orange does suit me.
With his truck sparkling again, it's time for Jim to hit the road. Jim not only takes pride in his vehicle, but also in his job as a heavy recovery operative, or wrecker, as he likes to be known.
Wreckers? Oh, dear, right. Well, the origin of wreckers, it was to describe over-enthusiastic recovery operatives who would go out and possibly cause more damage than was originally on the vehicle. So go out and they'd either make a wreck or they'd deal with a wreck. So the name sort of stuck, and we're wrecker drivers now. You're either a recovery driver or a wrecker driver. A wrecker driver will get the job done no matter what. Recovery driver will have a good go and then he'll go home and have a cup of tea.
But there's no time for a cuppa now.
Hey, Paul, it's Jim. How we doing?
Hello, Jim, you all right?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
As a call from HQ comes in.
Oh, let's go and have a look and see what it's all about then, shall we?
Awaiting further details, all Jim knows for now is that the incident has been caused by the thaw, following a blast of recent icy weather, which has left some local roads waterlogged.
It's positively tropical this week. Temperature gauge is saying it's 10 degrees at the minute, so it's absolutely balmy. It's almost time to put my shorts on. I've got the vehicle registration number, I know where it is, and I know it's a Mercedes. I haven't got a phone number for the driver, so it's suck it and see, really. Let's see what happens when we get there. Could be a 2-minute job, could be a 2-hour job.
When jobs come in, the team at HQ aren't always given the full picture, despite Boss Adam's best intentions.
You know, as a company, we have a simple procedure, really. We receive the details, and they'll never be quite as accurate as we would like. So our operators really, unintentionally, are kept in the dark. So that's a bit of a game of cat and mouse, that is, getting details to get to these jobs.
But whatever he finds when he reaches the scene, Jim's up for the challenge.
Fail to prepare, prepared to fail.
Jim's made of strong stuff. After all, you don't go through army training without learning about survival.
Well, I did 4 years with the Territorial Army. I did 4 years regular. I was in the Royal Corps of Signals. Went here, there and everywhere. Had a good time with it, really. Crossover from the Army to recovery. I suppose it's obviously the discipline. Know how to talk to people without wanting to snap them in half is generally helpful as well sometimes.
Jim is now just 2 miles away from his job. But on the pretty lanes of rural Leicestershire, him and his 25-ton truck are beginning to feel a little out of place.
It's a rather pretty little humpback bridge, isn't it? Very picture postcard. Overhanging trees. It's darling buds and May kind of country, isn't it?
But there's no time to take in the scenery now. As he gets nearer the scene, Jim needs to focus.
This is usually the point where we turn a corner and we find out it's an Arctic. Now my mind's starting to work on what could potentially be wrong. We're looking for a wagon that's stuck. I mean, there's nothing to say that the road hasn't given way underneath, you know? Could turn a corner and there could be some random patch of mud on the road that he slid on. We could also slide on it, so we've got to be Got to be a little bit careful and cautious about what we're doing.
Continue on Leicester Road for half a mile.
Got to be getting close. We're within a half a mile according to sat-nav. Yeah, we're turning right here. Which could change everything, because this looks like to be a reasonably high-speed road.
And now, as he's about to hit a busier A-road, Jim's worried he could come across something serious.
Could potentially be dealing with could turn into an accident. On the route to the job, we do what we call a dynamic risk assessment. Thinking about what the potential hazards are going to be, looking at the road conditions, are they wet, are they slippery? All these things we've got to take into play. And here we go.
55 minutes after being called, Jim finally gets to the scene.
Somebody's getting told off for getting stuck in a field.
Luckily, it's not the big accident Jim feared. But this driver needs help.
Hey, bud. Yeah, not too bad. Go on then, what's happened?
I pulled over the side to let another lorry pass.
Right, fair play.
Soft verge.
Jim needs to act fast. The country lane is a busy rat run for vehicles heading to the motorway. But its verges are caked in heavy mud. If another driver tries to swerve Jim's truck, he could have more than one recovery on his hands.
Has that helped us?
Back in Northampton,
Let's just have it so I can see it, Rob, because I think we're going to have to join it.
and the team attempting to lift a 40-ton trailer filled with 1-ton bales of cardboard have encountered another problem.
The problem we've got is them black roof supports. Like here, that's what's done us.
Black metal bars attached to the trailer's roof mean that the cardboard bales won't tip out as the vehicle is lifted.
Problem is, there's roof supports that were metal that we had to cut, but of course it was loaded with cardboard, so we had the risk of, you know, catching fire.
But if the trailer is winched upright with the bars intact, the weight of the bales could jeopardise the whole lifting operation.
We needed to stand the vehicle up empty, and that was our remit, really.
Well, I think that's what we want to be doing. It's going to make the job a lot better, isn't it?
So with no other option,
Are we going to get this still so revved up then?
the team cut away the curtain and take an angle grinder to the bars. But it's a massive risk.
Got a fire extinguisher tread.
You've got sparks potentially going on your cardboard. It's obviously your worst nightmare, that ignite.
If sparks from the angle grinder catch on the cardboard bales, the whole 21 tons could go up in flames, putting everyone on the ground in danger and bringing the whole recovery operation to its knees.
Sometimes, you know, you've got to, well, if I said take a chance, wouldn't be very professional, but we did have to take a bit of a chance there and get it cut and get it resolved.
No, go a bit more, Rob. Go a bit more. That'll do.
Mission accomplished. Using all their expertise, the team managed to cut through the bars safely. And finally, they're ready to start the lift.
Yeah, just rope straight up. Just how we orchestrate this now. Go on, Trig, start to catch us up. Slew to the left a bit. Go on, Dingle.
Adam has a crane on one end of the trailer and a rotator on the other to lift the vehicle upwards and off the cardboard bales. Dingle's winch is there to keep the vehicle steady and straight and stop it from twisting as it gets lifted. If all goes to plan, the trailer should rise, leaving the cardboard bales stacked on the ground. But if all of them don't fall out as planned, the trailer could be thrown off balance.
Pay it out, lads. Dingle, pay it out. Come down.
But as the vehicle starts to lift,
Just hang on a sec.
there's another snag.
What we're trying to do is there's a bale against the bulkhead. So the idea is we're trying to work that bale out so it's completely empty and stand it up.
One of the 1-ton cardboard bales has wedged itself against the driver's cab. If they continue to winch up the vehicle, it could fly loose and hit one of the team. Coming up, Jim gets hands-on.
Like to use my levers, you get a better feel for what's happening with your wrecker.
A shock bout of heavy snow leaves one driver stranded.
After just you turn there's no snow. So it's a very tricky one.
And Mark is caught short.
That's it, we're out of rope.
Right, leave it with me.
It's mid-afternoon, and the team at HQ are all hands to the pump fielding calls.
Bear with me a second.
In rural Staffordshire, Jim Howard and his 25-ton truck have come to the rescue of a stranded van driver.
Hey, bud. Yeah, not too bad. Go on then, what's happened?
I pulled over the side to let another lorry pass.
Right, fair play.
Soft verge.
Right, let's get a line on, see what happens.
This guy's pulled his van over on a narrow country road in a bid to be courteous to an oncoming driver and got its wheels stuck in the soggy, muddy verge.
Doesn't look it, but it's quite mushy.
He's made the matter worse by trying to get out again, a mistake all too common among lorry drivers. By pressing the gas pedal forcefully and too often, it's caused the tyres to spin out, digging the wheels in deeper.
It should theoretically be just a simple winch out.
It'll take Jim's winch to pull him out.
Obviously, I've got to keep the safety of the general public in consideration. So, in this instance, I'm using my truck pretty much as a roadblock, so nobody can really risk squeezing by.
It's a single-lane road, so other cars have come to a standstill. Jim's pulled his truck at an angle so vehicles can't get through, but not everyone has the patience to wait.
Unfortunately, they're going to have to wait. The simple reason is we can't keep moving every 5 minutes to let everybody through.
It's a simple job.
You're in neutral, yeah? That's right. Just checking with the engine note changing.
But the pressure's on Jim to get the job done quickly. He needs the driver to keep the vehicle in neutral and the steering wheel steady while he's winched out.
If he doesn't follow my directions, I'll get him to get out of the wagon and I'll use my remote control. But for winching operations, I like to use my levers. You get a better feel for what's happening with your wrecker. So, especially if it's a heavy pull. No problem at all, and we're out.
It's job done, but the driver's not out of the woods yet.
Now, this last little bit is just to make sure he hasn't damaged his clutch. If he's damaged his clutch and I pack up and go away and leave him in the road, I'll have to come back to get him, won't I? You've not spun the clutch out or anything, no?
Having checked with the driver that his clutch is fine,
Simple as that.
Jim can send him back on the road.
On my way home, or back to the depot to go home.
It's happy days for Jim.
Customer's happy, everybody's happy.
And he can head back to the depot to tend to his truck again.
The mock off me stainless.
Back in Northamptonshire, Boss Adam hopes he'll soon have another happy customer.
Pay it out, lads. Dingle, pay it out. Come down.
On the A6, the road has been closed for an hour and a half, while Adam and his team of experienced recovery ops attempt to rescue a 40-ton cab and trailer and its load of cardboard bales heading for the recycling plant.
Keep coming down. Right, up again. That's the business, isn't it? Yeah, go on, mate.
The trailer is being lifted with 2 cranes and a winch to keep the vehicle steady. But they've hit a massive hurdle.
Hang on a sec. What we're trying to do is there's a bale against the bulkhead. So the idea is we're trying to work that bale out so it's completely empty and standing up.
One of the 1-ton cardboard bales has wedged itself against the driver's cab. If they continue to winch up the vehicle, it could fly loose and hit one of the team.
Hang on, Jace.
Tackling problems on the spot and ensuring the safety of his team on a job is all part of Adam's role as boss.
What would worry me is the first is the safety issue from any roadside environment. You're just relying on them not making a mistake, you know, so human error, split second, can cause something awful to happen.
In an attempt to dislodge the jammed bale from the bulkhead, Adam orders his team to lightly lift and drop the cab and trailer repeatedly.
Go on, go on. Has it got room to go, mate? Pinch it again. Might just have to go and it might just fall out. Go on, Dingle, just keep flicking it.
And after several attempts, it dislodges. And after 2 hours on the job, the cranes can finally raise the vehicle up.
What do you reckon? Steady up, slow up a bit. Go on, Trig, go on, Trig. Hang on, Trig. Rightio, boys, watch your eyes.
They stand by with bated breath to see if the load falls cleanly out. It's a relief all round, as it does.
How many is the Vince?
But there's a huge clean-up operation ahead.
Yeah, you're right, 21. We'll get the lock wagon out of the way. There's not any other option you can do. It's not the easiest thing. Doesn't look the prettiest, but we've had to release the load out the curtain.
And Adam, who was due to meet the vicar about his impending wedding 10 minutes ago, might also be picking up the pieces when he gets home.
You had a chance to call your fiancée?
Yeah, she's not too tough, really. I think the phone went dead at one point. No, she was all right, I have to say. She was all right, but I might get it in the neck when I get home, I think. So the next stage as well is to remove the unit and trailer away from the scene, and then it's just a clear-up operation.
The guys connect the cab and its now empty trailer and tow it up the road. And they can now start clearing the load.
Yeah, go, yeah.
After getting over the shock of the crash, the driver of the stricken trailer has come to check up on proceedings. Adam calls the driver's boss with an update.
We've recovered your vehicle. No, it's damaged. Yeah, on its side. But listen, we've got to work, so if you can organise getting your driver picked up, I'll text you a postcode. OK, thank you.
Having checked the welfare of the driver, Adam needs to get on with the clean-up.
The other guys are just dealing with the load now. This will go back to depot. We organise a road sweeper. We like to be belt and braces to just get that roundabout reopened now, you know.
But with rush hour approaching, Adam's boys are now under pressure to clear the road as quickly as possible. They've even drafted in local farmer Luke and his digger, which alongside the forklift truck will help load the cardboard bales.
Really, we perhaps didn't need Luke from the farm, but we envisaged a problem where the other forklift wouldn't be able to get on the grass. So we're just trying to be a step in the game all the time. So while we're here, we're utilising him, and he'll get paid for helping us.
And they'll take the cardboard to a warehouse until it's picked up and continues on its journey to the recycling plant.
There's only 4 left.
On the go, Sando. Thanks for your help. Thanks ever so much, Luke. I'll I tell you what, I'll ring you tomorrow and we'll have a sort out.
Don't worry, mate.
All right, mate.
With the job almost complete, all that's left for Adam is to drop the trailer at his depot and head back to his wife-to-be. If the wedding's still on, that is.
Hi.
Hi, Jenny, you all right?
Yeah, you?
The vicar was OK then in the end?
Oh, yes, it's fine.
How's the kids?
Okay, just going to get them ready for the dinner now.
Oh, good. What's for dinner?
Guess what I made?
Not my favourite, that's all right.
And Adam heads off for a spot of cordon bleu.
Spaghetti bolognese for tea, so I'm OK.
Vehicle recovery is a 24-hour job. And none more so than when the UK experiences extreme weather. It's mid-March, but unexpected snow has hit the Midlands, wreaking havoc on the UK's roads. And recovery op Mark Taylor is responding to an urgent call.
There'll be a bit of graft involved with this, mate.
Yeah.
And he's feeling the chill.
Yeah, I was in Spain last week.
With this many miles on the clock, Mark the Power Taylor could have driven to the Costa del Sol and back over 100 times.
I've been doing the job coming up for 7 years. It does get under your skin. It is a good job most of the time, but some winters can be a bit testing. This one's been testing, to say the least.
But today, an icy blast has taken him off the beaten track to a country lane in the middle of the Staffordshire countryside. A high street retailer's 6-ton delivery van is stuck in deep snow, leaving the driver out in the cold.
By the time I realise on the corner there, I can't reverse, so I have to try to keep on going forward.
Gale force winds have swept tons of snow across the open fields and onto the lane. And in places, it's 2 feet deep. Something the driver didn't realise until it was too late.
Because the field to this side, field to the side, I think the wind, they mix the snow together in the middle to make a mountain here. Because after just you turn there, there's no snow. So it's a very tricky one.
But now, Mark is in danger of getting himself into the same situation as his client.
I'm virtually certain I'll get the truck stuck if I go any further.
This is the first time he's had to reach a customer on foot.
How would you describe what you can see up there?
Shit. How are you doing, mate? Right. A better day. How long have you been here?
Wow, 2 hours.
Really? Yeah. It seems to be easy for us.
Because the snow is so deep further down the lane, if Mark brings his truck any nearer to attach a tow rope to the stranded van, he's in danger of getting stuck too. He has to think on his feet.
We'll do what we can. We'll try and turn the truck around, right?
It's a very trick thing, as you can see.
Yeah,
From
yeah,
there's
yeah.
no snow, but here is.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, we'll be right, mate. We'll do it. Probably just have to get the truck in as best we can, I think. Just can't risk getting stuck.
If Mark can't take his mega truck close to the stricken vehicle, it's going to make recovery an almost impossible task.
We've got to be sensible, really, because that's not coming down here. So we'll back up as much as we can, and we'll just have to run loads of rope out. It could take a while.
Mark's plan is to get his truck as close to the stranded vehicle as he can and run a long tow rope down to it.
It's definitely impassable for the bigger truck. We could have got the right lorry there, but it is time. It's an hour there, hour back, half hour messing around. So by the time you've done all that and burnt a load of extra diesel, you might as well get on with it and try and get the best of it, which is what we've done.
It may not be able to drive in deep snow, but Mark has one of the most powerful trucks on the fleet. Its winch is capable of pulling nearly 1.5 times its own weight. Mark turns her around, so the winch is facing the stranded vehicle. And he's taking no prisoners.
Have to lose the time as well.
After doing a 180-degree turn, Mark is as close to the van as he can get, but it's still a whopping 60+ meters away.
So,
That's it, mate. This is your lot. This is going to take a while. I can't get down to you, or you get myself stuck. What we're going to do is run the rope as far as I can. It's going to be slow and painful, but that's all we can do. If I get that stuck, we're all in the shit. All right.
okay.
Experience tells you not to go down there. You're just going to get stuck yourself, and then needing recovery is just embarrassing all round. So it's a straightforward job, but it's just a bit of hard graft.
Mark is so far away, he needs over 60 meters of rope to pull the truck out of danger.
It's good for leg day.
But his optimism is short-lived, and immediately there's a problem.
That's it, right.
With the winch rope too short and no chance of getting nearer to the vehicle, it'll take all of Mark's ingenuity to get the driver back on the road before temperatures plummet. Still to come.
We don't want to get ourselves stuck. Now you see why I didn't get down there.
It's March, and the UK has been hit by a bout of unseasonal snowfall.
Hello?
When it snows, we can't pick the phone up quick enough. It's ridiculous, really.
In rural Staffordshire, Mark Taylor's on an emergency job.
It's good for leg day.
A delivery van has got stuck in a snowdrift on a country lane, giving the local residents something to talk about.
Just goes to show how the wind blows the snow into drifts and people aren't aware of it. But no, it's been quite a couple of interesting days.
Mark has had to stop just round the bend to avoid getting stuck too. He's run his winch rope towards the stricken lorry, but any plans of a quick recovery are short-lived.
That's it, right.
The winch's wire rope is fully extended, but it's not long enough to reach the van. Mark's only hope of rescuing it now is to add heavy-duty extension ropes to the winch rope.
Stronger than a chain, apparently.
It's back-breaking work, but they don't call him Mark the Power Tailor for nothing.
I've only ever had to use this amount of rope once before.
Mark has now been on the scene for 45 minutes.
It's a slow process. but we're getting there. Make some progress.
He attaches lengths of recovery straps, stretching from his truck to the van, and finally covers the 60 metres between them.
I mean, we had the full length of the rope out, plus just about every strop and chain I had on the lorry to get to it.
But there's another problem. Standing in between the recovery truck and the grounded vehicle is a bend in the road. A straightforward pull from Mark's winch would land the truck straight into the hedge.
You're winching and pulling him towards the hedge. It's no good.
But not much faces a heavy recovery driver, and Mark has a plan.
How are you going to avoid him going into the hedge from here then?
Well, the tree there, hopefully we'll run the rope to there. It should be a good pull.
Oh, you're going to anchor around the tree?
Yeah. Just to get it to go the direction we want it to.
Nice. What if that tree wasn't there, though? It'd be pretty tricky, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Mark hopes that by attaching a pulley system around the tree trunk, he can pull the van towards it.
Trying to get a chain around the tree. So we can get the truck facing the way we want it to go. I'll back the scanner up as far as I could, but the problem is if I'd have just run the winch rope straight down, you're pulling him into the hedge. It's got a clear line of sight. So where that tree was, and it will pull the lorry the way you want it to go. It's just, you've got to be willing to sweat a little and get the job done. It's a bit overkill, but that weighs 30 tonne. What's the point in getting it stuck?
If his plan's successful, the van should be at a better angle for him to then winch it down the lane.
Keep your wheels facing slightly away from the bush, yeah? You want to pull you to this side a little bit, yeah, smack it.
With the driver at the wheel to navigate the 30-tonne truck, and Mark activating the winch via remote control. The tree appears to be doing its job.
Directing the lorry which way we want it to go.
The van clears the hedge, but it's still 30 metres away from Mark's truck. Mark connects his winch rope to the van. He's using his top boom, normally used for lifting vehicles, to keep the winch rope straight and guide the van directly towards him.
It's not what it's designed for, but it's using the tools you've got, I guess, isn't it? You can just do what you can do. You're there, you're faced with not many options, to be honest. Not many options at all.
And she's free.
No damage to the tree or anything?
No. I just barely had half a tonne going through, I wouldn't have thought. They're your best friend. You've just got to be a bit careful in the... We've had a lot of rain. You'll uproot it if you're not careful. Just like mates on, that.
After a very difficult couple of hours, Mark's quick thinking has paid off.
Yeah, you're all right, mate. Cheers for your help, aren't you, mate? Yeah. Cheers, buddy.
All right, cheers, thank you.
And he's all ready for his next job. Well, almost.
Now you see why I didn't go down there. We're stuck. Just get some salt down, we don't get ourselves in trouble.
It seems even the toughest trucks need a helping hand sometimes. Next time, a fully loaded lorry veers off into the mud.
Yeah, we've got the fun and games of all this crappy mud.
Jim gets his hands dirty.
Jesus, wet.
And Rory plays a blinder.
Stop playing the harp.